On this issue, I would have said that I'm indifferent in the sense that when you look at the government has been a very responsible government. Apologies to those concerned. But what I just feel is that since the government already had an agreement with ASUU, irrespective of the person in power at that particular time, I think it is right for the other government or the government that came on board to also honor that agreement, and that's what they call leadership. So if there is no continuity, then there is no polity, there is no sense in governance. And on the side of ASUU, from what I see was that from inception they started the struggle just because of their pockets. They had views, they wanted their salaries to be increased, they want their arrears to be paid, but they look at it that if they come up with such, Nigerian students or Nigerians at large may not support their struggle, and as a result of that they had to bring in the issue of infrastructure and the decadence in the education sector. So at the end of the day they achieved that by virtue of what I will call gentleman's agreement between them and the federal government. But at the end of the day, they came back to the actual reason, the fundamental of their struggle, which the government have refused to honor. So at this point, both of them are just trying to play a game to favor one another, and I think the students are those paying dearly for this. So at this point, I think what they just need to do is to come together, reach a compromise, allow the students to resume, government fulfill its promises, ASUU resume. But on the issue of sacking all the lecturers, that is very, very barbaric, sincerely. Though it happened in Lagos State when Governor Fashola decided to sack all the medical personnel in the state just because they asked for more. But at the end of the day, though the governor was able to achieve it, he asked them to pay to write the applications, and they did so. But at this point, I think such a thing is senseless, such a thing is barbaric, such a thing is inhuman, and such should not be allowed in a democratic state. So the federal government should retract that order and go back to the table. And I expect ASUU to honor those who have been supporting them by resuming and try to use other measures.
It's really crippling a lot of things. The crippled strike has really affected us because look at our calendar, it has been changed, it has been altered. And yet, look at the freshers that are coming into UNILAG now. How would they be able to resume? We that has not finished, me, I'm a final year student, chemistry. How and where? Now, there was a rumor today in the room saying that we could all start the second semester again all over. Yes, when we ought to have finished it, but the whole thing is just bad. I really don't know what to say, but it's really disturbing and it's very, very bad.
Because it's really affecting us, especially it's really affecting us. As I'm a freshman here, and if not for the strike, I should have started lectures by now.
And ASUU should stop the strike. I don't think they can stop it this year because Christmas is on and students will not want to resume now. There's no student that is ready to resume. I think they should stop it next year by January beginning.
My own personal opinion is that I want the federal government to respond to ASUU's demand, because it will be very difficult for you to say you want to sack the old professors. It's not going to be possible because now the situation is affecting the student right now. We've been around for 5 months now, so and it's really telling on us. So my kind of advice is that federal government should just respond once and for all, pay them their salary and let us resume back to school.
No, seriously, the demands from ASUU is actually really too much. So if the lecturers are saying there are plenty people that are looking for a job out there, do you know many of my siblings are looking for a job? They should fire them and employ new people, I beg.
I can talk of myself, that really, really affected me and my sisters, but at least they should just try and comply with the lecture. They shouldn't sack them. They sack them now, so they won't go to school.
There are some people backing that ASUU strike. That's what I think, because this ASUU strike is not ordinary. How can students be sitting at home for 5 months? Because of them, that good luck. I had meeting with them for like almost 13 hours, in the conference hall, and still they didn't conclude. They didn't reach any time that what it was saying, it just said, okay, it gave them the deal. And at least the deal was okay for them to call off the strike. And later they said they are going to do the meeting among themselves and talk whether they are going to call off the strike. But later you just said them saying that they are still instead of government to give them conditions, they are still giving government conditions.
The government should not sack them. They should just honor the agreement. But if they insist, they should be sacked. Because it's getting too much. I'm tired of home. That's why I came to school to like stay for a while and then after that I'll go back home because I'm tired.